touched your phone after that. Yeah, unless you're coming up.
Yeah, Born Da Vinci, Shaheed the Great, The Crates. What up, Vans Beats? Let's do it.
Hey yo, I'm at the door. When I hit, I'm gon' saw.
I ain't with that same foolishness no more.
Hey yo, I'm at the door. When I hit, I'm gon' saw.
I ain't with that same foolishness no more.
Hey yo, I'm at the door. When I hit, I'm gon' saw.
I ain't with that same foolishness no more.
Hey yo, I'm at the door. When I hit, I'm gon' saw.
I ain't with that same foolishness no more.
It's only natural that few heads they be fair, walking around for miles with their heads up in the clouds. I'm down to earth while giving birth to this verse, feeling the labor pains of pain when my pen bursts. Cries of emergency, body shaking like an addict. I can't panic, I'm pushing out the raw talent, sore from calluses as I'm writing in my scroll. The dark side won't stop tugging at my soul. Evidently, I was put here to be legendary, to be remembered on this plane like the great campus. Hard to face, man. If your brain's in change, I'm sending these spirits out to touch it through your system and be like extra, extra. Read all about it, waiting on the day for God, he gon' sound it. Everybody gon' be dealt with, just lay your promise, giving the man with a bet from the trace. Hey yo, I'm at the door. When I hit, I'm gon' saw.
I ain't with that same foolishness no more.
Hey yo, I'm at the door. When I hit, I'm gon' saw.
I ain't with that same foolishness no more.
Hey yo, I'm at the door. When I hit, I'm gon' saw.
I ain't with that same foolishness no more.
Hey yo, I'm at the door. When I hit, I'm gon' saw.
I ain't with that same foolishness no more. Yeah, it took a minute, but finally came my time for it. They underestimate my passion and my grind for this, but preparation and opportunity spell success. Don't need to be the best or even work harder, just make my moves precise because I plan smarter. Keep it 100 business cause I'm more than an artist. It's been a curse and a gift ever since the movement started. Cut off a lot of ties cause most cats is weak hearted and can't hold water when it come to catching charges. I'm swift and changeable cause it's hard to touch a moving target. It's politics and everything, so I run with bosses, plus a few shooters with murder, land, rocket launchers. We all hustlers, so we trap money and live lawless. Middle fence to the world cause I made it regardless. All the way to the top, I hear them all talking, so I'ma wait at the top and make the stars
hey, yo,
talk.
I'm at the door. When I hit, I'm gon' saw.
I ain't with that same foolishness no more.
Hey yo, I'm at the door. When I hit, I'm gon' saw.
I ain't with that same foolishness no more.
Hey yo, I'm at the door. When I hit, I'm gon' saw.
I ain't with that same foolishness no more.
Hey yo, I'm at the door. When I hit, I'm gon' saw.
I ain't with that same foolishness no more.
God is with you, with you.
Yo, welcome to the shop, you know what I'm saying?
What's going on, world? What's up, y'all? What up, what up?
It's beautiful February the 1st.
Is it beautiful or is it beautiful?
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
So all the above, all the above. I'm Cad, your host Cash, you know what I'm saying? I'm over here.
Whoa.
My other co-host, Nobby Reality.
What's going on?
You guys all know that, unfortunately, you know that face.
Unfortunately, you know the what's going on?
My other co-host over here, S. Perez.
What up, what up, what up?
And then we got Slim on the boards. Give him the third.
Give him the third?
Yeah, he's giving the third.
Give him the third? That's the third one?
Yeah, we had two other good ones already, so he's the third.
Two other Gilmans, Gil Monsters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what's going on, man? If y'all are tuning in, please don't tune into the Facebook stream for too long. We'll do it for a little bit. We're shutting it off. We really need y'all to tune in. I just posted on my page, Nabi Reality, Nabi Wilkinson, whether it's the personal page or the artist page. We've got the Chop Shop Radio link, the actual link, not the Facebook stream, the actual stream, the videos, the high quality sound, and all of that. Some of y'all are lazy and you won't fucking click a YouTube link. So we do a little bit of the Facebook stream for y'all. We love y'all.
Hopefully getting thirsty enough. Hopefully they get dehydrated enough.
Yeah, man.
They get thirsty and just go on YouTube.
For those of you tuning in for the first time, right? You know what I'm saying? The Chop Shop Radio is a internet-based podcast that is brought to you by the Universal Collective and the Wu-Tang Worldwide DJ Coalition.
Sweet.
And our sponsor, Tech 9 Snowboards. So we are a podcast that broadcasts every Thursday, 6:30 to 8 Eastern Standard Time. We say that because we have people in different countries that watch the show, people in different states, many different time zones. We probably have more people that watch our show from out of the country than even in our own state, right?
Yep. He points this out every week. He points this out every week.
Was it 28% of our viewers at one point?
I don't know. Yeah, something like
10
that.
people in Iceland. That means like 2 of them.
Yeah, two people from Iceland watch.
2 out of 10 in Iceland watch. So we've got so if you I'm gonna be putting stuff into the link and everything like that, but you gotta go to www.uzd.world if you get that. So we got Esperez. So Esperez,
oh man,
no
co-host. You know what I'm saying?
What up?
Young upstart artist.
Oh man.
With one bear with not sharing. She got one under this.
I came with 2 beers. That's all I got.
All right. I ain't mad at you.
Come with the 6-pack.
I ain't mad at you. It ain't like you missed last week's show. So Esperez, put you on the spotlight. It's not like there's people from other countries and other states watching right now.
Right.
So no pressure. So tell us a little bit about, you have just came back.
Oprah watches the show.
Miami, right? Oprah watches
no pressure.
Oh man.
No pressure. Oprah
You get a car. Everybody get a car.
Yeah. You know who's watching too? Ellen, right?
That's my bad.
Y'all know we mess with Ellen DeGeneres, right? So and that's only half a joke. So you recently just come back from Miami.
Yes.
So what was you doing down there?
Oh man. That shit was lovely.
Did you go on there to go on jet ski? What you go on there for?
You know what? I wish it was jet ski. It was more like a business thing. It was more like
You was
drive down there.
She said it was a business thing.
It was a business thing. Let's not talk about my personal life.
Hey, Chichi, get the yo.
When I do my life.
So what are you doing down in Miami?
I went down there to basically go for my first show out of state. I never did it before. I performed in New Jersey before, in New York, locally, but still United States. But I went down to Miami. It was my first time in Miami. I went down there to basically perform my She Dance song. And the funny story about this is that I lost my voice a day before the show. I literally had to drink tea, water, exercise. I did everything in the book. I had lost my voice. I had to strain my voice for the show. I made a few mistakes through my performance and stuff like that, but people loved it. I came with the energy. I danced. I rocked the shit out of that stage. And let me tell you, Hollywood Station, shout out. bullshit. But when I went there, it was more
I
live.
looked at the pictures. It was actually pretty lit. So it was right in Miami. Right?
It's the perfect opportunity for upcoming artists.
So how can people that are interested in that?
So you want to go to MiamiLiveVenue.com and you want to sign up. And basically, you want to get the votes. You want people on your Facebook to vote for you to perform there. And then once you get enough votes, I think you only need like about 4 or 5. You get enough votes, and you can go down to Miami Live and perform. And like, this is a one-shot opportunity. I mean, you never know who's watching in Miami. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, some people's break come from 20 years of hard work, and some people's breaks come from 2 seconds being seen by the right person, being the right place at the right time. You don't really know. You don't really know what I mean. It was like I said to you. It was like I said to you a couple of shows ago that the OG, you know what I'm saying, Bob Dilworth, the OG who used to be the former head of the whole art department for URI, who was a mentor of mine and a good friend of the Universal Collective. He said, it was when I told you before, like he said, you know, greatness is like lightning, and you don't know when it'll happen or if it'll happen, but when it strikes you, you're ready to run with it.
Yeah. I was so ready to run with it that day. I went in there fighting, screaming, and doing everything I had to do. You know what I mean? Like that's just how I went on there. And a lot of people showed me love out there, man. It was crazy. It was very emotional. I haven't seen my uncle in 10 years. He came down to watch me perform. He lives in Fort Lauderdale. So they were crying. They were, you know, it was just emotional. It was an emotional scene for me. Like to jump on stage and prepare myself to jump on stage. I have not performed in front of a crowd like that in a while. You know what I mean? I performed before, but it's been a while since I've chased my dreams. And like me chasing what I really want to do in life, that was the biggest break of it all. I don't care if it was just for experience. I don't care if I make something out of it, but I'm going to keep going. That's what that gave me.
Sometimes like, a place like Miami is when you chase something. Like I went there too, but I was chasing girls in bikinis. So that's what's up. She had a great time. So did Miami showed you love. You know, like I noticed when you go out, you know, as an artist, right, as somebody who does music and performs, you always tend to get a lot extra love when you go to a place that you're not from, because like Cash said, like my brother says, they don't have any expectation of you. Like when you perform in your own state, like people always get a lot of love from out of their own state, because people can't say, that person slept with my girlfriend or boyfriend, or I beat that person up, or they got a problem with this person, or they're from that side, or I'm from the same place, I can do what they can do better. Like they don't have that mentality. So a lot of times, like people from outside of your region will embrace you. Not that you can't be embraced by your region, but a lot of times when you're not like really like making like major moves, like when you're just doing your thing, and like, you know what I'm saying, not that you're not making moves, but you know what I'm saying, like you don't got a machine behind you. A lot of people, like you go other places, they'll show you so much love.
Well, let me say this last thing. There was people from Mass, New Jersey, New York. There was a lot of people here at the Miami Live venue. If you're an upcoming artist, I really, really, really feel you should look into this, because this is a nice experience, and you don't know who's watching, straight up.
Yeah, and that's it. So can I real quick? I want to talk about this quick story. So you know, I was listening to the radio, which I don't really do too often, but I was hearing the radio today, and they were talking about this guy. I don't know what state it was in, right? But this is the kind of like crazy stuff that happens. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. As crazy as this sound, there were points in my life, probably on some type of drugs, getting high, whatever, that I would have I wouldn't have done this far, but I can understand how this happened. But it was a little so this guy, so the guy got his car towed, and he was pissed off about it. I think he parked it in the wrong place or something like that. So they towed the guy's car. So the dude, instead of paying the, you know, we all know that, you know, like me, I got my car towed literally 5 minutes away and had to pay like $100 and something. Then I had to pay another $50 to $75 because my car, the registration was suspended, and I couldn't drive it from one street to the other, so I had to pay them to drop it off. So I can understand somebody being frustrated, and sometimes, you know, towing companies, I won't say it's a scam, but it is a ripoff. Like they overdo it because they can, right? Because they get the cops backing them and shit like that. But anyways, so the guy gets his car stolen. Towed. And instead of waiting till the morning and paying the fee, he waits till the place closes and he breaks in, and he can't find his keys. He tries to find his keys, but he don't have a spare key. He can't find his keys. So you know what he does? He takes the keys and steals a tow truck. So he stole a tow truck. So he bounces on the tow truck, and what he don't realize is that
you got a tracker on it.
Got a tracker on it. So the cops stop pursuing the tow truck, and he tried to go on a high-speed chase, but tow trucks tap out at like 40, 50 miles an hour. Tow trucks can't go 100 miles an hour.
No, hell no, can't go 100 miles.
So I guess he was driving and he was going like 40, 50 miles an hour, and he wouldn't pull over. So like I guess like a cop like physically like jumped onto the car, like onto the tow truck, and tased him.
Yeah.
While he was driving 40 miles an hour in a in a mild high-speed chase.
Yeah, right. Well, he deserves everything he gets.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking dumb. Like I'm saying, like I can understand,
It's probably one of those things like, you know what? I already jumped the fence. I ain't broken. I'm taking something. I don't give a fuck.
It's one of those things like, I can understand I can understand what I'm saying. I can understand going balls to the wall, but there's gotta be like a point where you're going, because I can remember when I was younger, my daughter was visiting from Virginia, and I promised her a trip to Disney World. She'd never been to Disney World, and I'm not gonna get to the whole story because I can't, even though statute of limitations and all of that. But I had a whole bunch of money that if people would have came looking for the money, I wouldn't be able to explain how I had the money. So I had to spend a lot of money, and I had to get rid of it quick. So I took my brother, my uncle, my right-hand man, and my daughter. I took everybody on. I paid for the whole trip, all expense paid trip. We rented a brand new Magnum, all sort of shit. But I didn't have a credit card because my lifestyle wasn't on paper. Let's just leave it at that. So what I'm saying, this is not a similarity to the story, but I can understand balls to the wall. So I had to rent the car under my aunt, who doesn't speak no English's name. So we told her that my cousin, who was her son, was gonna take it for her. I'm not gonna say which cousin, because many people watching, but she was gonna take it for his boss to show his boss off. So we rented a brand new Magnum when they were first popping. This is like, I don't know, this is the early 2000s when the Magnums were like the shit. Like the game is driving around on TV, like they were shit. So rented the Magnum, and then I tried to get in the car, and they were like, yo, you're not a licensed driver. I mean, I had a driver's license, but they said, you're not on the thing, and you're not on it, and you don't have a credit card thing, so you can't be at it. So they stopped me from jumping in the car. I said, okay. So we was in near the airport, TF Green. So this was like 6 o'clock at night and shit. So we go to the Wendy's. Like if anybody knows, like right near the airport, there's like the Hertz, Randall's, and all those other places, and there's a Wendy's. So we drive down to Wendy's, my aunt and my cousin. We drive down to the Wendy's. I drive my cousin's car. We go there. We switch. All of a sudden, we switch the car. I look up. The like security type dudes. There's like 3 or 4 of them. They're in like a Range Rover type of shit. They pull up. And they block me from like driving out of the Wendy's, and they jump out the car. They're like, "Yo, get out the car!" I'm like, "All right." I go to shut the car off, and I thought about my daughter, how I promised I was gonna take her to Disney World, and like there was a lot of other things going on that I can't talk about, like real dramatic life events that were going on. Like,
your boyfriend called you cheating again?
Yeah, something like that. There was just some real drama where I needed to get out of the state, and I needed to get rid of this money. Let's just put it that way. I had to get rid of a couple of grand fast. So I figured a vacation with my closest people would be the best thing. So they go, get out the car. So I'm like, all right, you got me. I don't want no problems. I thought about my daughter going to Disney World. She was 3 at the time, and I was like, you know what? There was so much drama going on, real life shit going on, that I said, you know what? Man, fuck this. I hit the gas. I drove off the curb, drove to my crib, didn't tell nobody, got everybody in the car, waited until we got to Georgia to tell everybody, guys, the car is kind of stolen.
Maybe a little bit stolen.
Yeah, so it was a tracking device. So when we got back, we were back like 2 or 3 days late. We woke up, daughter's Eddie Bauer car seat we never got it back. I had to trade it for a shitty one. The big bag of weed was gone. You know what I'm saying? Spanish dudes cleaning the cars and shit.
Yeah.
So anyways, I told that story to say that I can understand that sometimes, like, I'm not
he didn't care. He was playing too much Grand Theft Auto.
Sometimes you can be balls to the wall though. Like in that situation, right? People would say that I was wrong for doing that, but I'm not now financially able, time-wise or circumstances, able to take my daughter, and my brother that was with me on that trip has passed away. Yeah. So I can't recreate the trip. So what I'm saying is, in them circumstances, I'm gonna say balls to the wall. But what that dude did, like, why did he? At 40, I would have just. What was he gonna do with the tow truck though? Where were you gonna go with that thing?
He probably just tried to do this. It's harder than it looks. I don't know. So like, fuck this, you know what I mean?
Take his daughter.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
He's trying to take his daughter to Disney World. What's going on?
Fuck it, I'm driving to Disney World.
Yo, the car had a rattle the whole time he was in Florida. My people were like, yo, what's that rattle? Oh, don't worry about it. I don't know. They gave us some shit.
I wanted to talk about this Cardi B thing everybody's posting up.
What, the thing that I said, she made that face? Wendy Williams? She hit the Wendy Williams.
Wendy Williams is faking.
Are we gonna go shit talking or conspiracy?
Whatever. I mean,
I'll call it the conspiracy theory. You call it
shit talking. I don't know. I think she was just nervous and drunk. Probably high too.
Yeah, I think she was really.
Because what I got from it when I first seen it, I was like, because she was like, I was kind of nervous, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to keep, like, basically keep cool, and then she, like, but everybody's like, no, She malfunctioned. She need to download.
Malfunction. Theory's part. So I'm not saying that this is it, but if you want to go like, I mean, I don't. Let's keep it brief because it's too big of a conversation. But it is. It has been proven. It has been proven by declassified actual government documentations, like not.
Shit!
This ain't. But hold up, I'll go.
Some heavy shit here.
I'm a first state fact, and then I'll shift into opinion. And
it's gonna be a Nabi fact. Nabi facts. Nabi facts are a little bit different.
No, but shout out to my research team.
Nabi facts are
shout out to my research team. Shout out to my research team, my 11-year-old niece and my 12-year-old daughter. So listen. So here's the deal. I'm gonna say fact, and then I'm gonna go into opinion, and I'll let you know when I switch.
Oh
fact. God. The United States government has many times throughout history used mind control things such as hypnotism, such as LSD. There's a very popular documentary right now on Netflix. I can't think of the name of it, but it was.
Thanks for that tidbit of information.
But if you Google that, if you Google CIA doctor jumps out a window, it'll come up the whole information. This guy, they gave him LSD without him knowing it. And then all of a sudden he was like, I don't want. He was working on biological weapons, like diseases and shit that'll kill an enemy. And he got a minute of enlightenment. He didn't even know he was on LSD, because LSD actually does awaken your mind to a different level. And it blew his mind up, and he felt guilty about what he was doing, and he didn't want to work for the government anymore. And then he threw himself out a 10-story window. You know what I'm saying?
What the fuck does that got to do with Cardi B?
No, but listen. I'm gonna round it back. I'm gonna make it relevant. So the factual point is that the government has used mind control on people. The fact is there was a program called MK Ultra that they've used trigger words and stuff like that to make people assassins without the.
I think that's what the Patriots do. I think that's what Bill Belichick does.
I agree with you on that.
Belichick does MK Ultra thing. So like, all right, you know you watch it, he take a bum. He'll be like, look in the mirror. She didn't give me Walter Payton.
Super Bowl.
No, really Walter Payton today.
That's the fact. So those are the facts. Now the theory part is people say, oh, she was downloaded, she had to reboot, and because people, there are facts that stuff has been done to people. So people, I'm not saying I agree or disagree with it. I'm not pro or con for it right now in this stage. I'm just saying that those are the facts. The theory part is that people say that people that are famous are controlled and they're being manipulated.
Illuminati and all that stuff.
Yeah, and some of that shit is true, and I know it true to be a fact, but some of it is fake. And how to determine what or isn't, that's too much.
My opinion is, I think she just got too damn nervous.
She was high.
She did the Wendy Williams.
Isn't everybody in Hollywood high?
She didn't pass out though.
She did the Wendy Williams.
But she did she did the That's So Raven. I saw the future. That's what she did.
I mean, I don't know. Like he said it looked like someone I dope, but I'm saying, but it didn't look like
she was not.
It was the way. It was the way. You know what it was? It was the way. It was the way she transitioned into it and back out of it that made it look weird to me. This is true.
People do.
My boy Beef, right? When he's driving, he see the cops, he'll just do something like, deep door, he gets murdered. He just does some weird shit every time. I don't know, man.
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes people. college. And it's funny that you bring this up because I'm learning about how your digital footprint and digital security and all that stuff matters.
People, when you go for a job, if you go for a serious job, your Facebook photo of you doing a keg stance with a blunt in the background, that shit they
won't hire you because of that.
Yeah, and then you know there are people.
The emails like
they don't need a legal documentation up your Facebook.
Right? They don't.
You know what I mean? And people are so open and free with what they do in their social media.
Well, think about the celebrities too, like the whole digital security thing. Now think about the celebrities. Oh, I don't know how that video got linked. You don't have digital security. Yeah. You know, you got these hackers.
Yeah. You put this shit in the cloud. Remember, people putting that fucking pictures and videos on the cloud. Right. Like, it's just.
How did they get what do you call it there? Hillary Clinton's emails. How did they break? This much just broke into her?
I don't know. You know all the declassified information. You tell me.
MK Ultra. I'll say that trigger word. You're doing a Harlem Shake in this month. You're singing John Legend songs. So we got some special guests in the building tonight, right?
Yeah, we do.
A little later, what we got in the building tonight? You know what I'm saying? We got some people from Brian Casey Films in the building.
Yeah, we got
Where's Brian Casey?
He's not here. These are his two guests for a show. You know, the two hosts. I should say. I'm sorry.
Hostesses
the two hosts to the short film showcase.
Hostesses with the mostesses.
You know, and we'll be talking to them right in
we go 7 o'clock. We go video break, you know, which we'll do. And for those of you, I'll put the link on here. Like we're gonna go, because what you need to do is really get into the actual stream, not the Facebook stream, because you'll see the videos and hopefully the mic levels.
Beth and Guerrera, and how do I say? Weida.
Call me Way.
My tongue don't work.
Weida Ortiz.
I love it.
All right, what are you talking?
Ancho, la reina de Puerto Rico, papi.
Don't stop the engine if you're not gonna drive the car.
And this is the second wave of the short film showcase of Brian Casey, and like he had a podcast for once, just for like actors, like local actors and short film directors.
Tell me a little about what he does, because you've done some work with him.
Yeah, Brian Casey does a lot of. I known him since maybe like 2010, maybe something like that. I think, but he does a lot of short films, you know, in Rhode Island, and you know, he does a little bit of acting and directing too. He has directed other films.
I've seen doing acting, mostly directing. I haven't known him as long as you.
Yeah, I mean,
I've known him for like 2 years.
I mean, he'll do like a little singing here and there, you know what I mean? Nothing major, but I think he actually went to school for like effects, like, you know, makeup artist, film makeup. So, you know what I'm saying? He does like cuts and scars and all that type of stuff. Look at your face and say about to say something stupid. So let's just go right with it. Go for it. Oh, no.
When you say makeup artist, it just starts like when you call a man a hairdresser. That's all. Shout out to Brian Casey. That's my boy.
No, it was for film. Not like he's like, all right, girl. It's not like he's in the salon. Like, all right, girl. You know what I mean? Your eyeballs all bleak.
Nobody's free from the roast on here. We sit here and roast each other.
I've watched them all. I see them.
Oh, you see that show? Okay. You watched the show. You must have a lot of time on that.
The alcohol hasn't got here yet.
Yeah, the alcohol's not here yet. So let me begin to roast. I like her.
And then I took my shot of honey. I'm good.
Wait, though.
Yeah. So that's what Brian does, and
so Brian Casey got the BC Films, so we'll be doing some work with him. We're gonna do some video work. And
actually, I'm gonna be on the second episode of the Shortfilm Showcase.
Yep. And then there's also a future project that a lot of people don't know about, but that Brian Casey and I am working on. We haven't done any actual work around it yet, other than the bare bones of it, but probably like this summer or late fall this year, him and I are going to get started on the documentary on the Wu-Tang patriarch, Papa Wu.
Yeah, man.
So we're going to be doing, and in this documentary, we're going to be talking things about Papa Wu's life that a lot of people who know him don't know, and for people who don't know who Papa Wu is, he is the spiritual guider and founder of the Wu-Tang Clan. The RZA founded the Wu, he brought it together, but Papa Wu was the one that took them to Kung Fu movies and taught them a lot of the 5% mathematics, and he's actually the older cousin of RZA, Old Dirty Bastard Jizza, and he's related to a bunch of other ones. So Brian Casey's actually going to be working in partnership with me to work on that documentary. So there's going to be some really amazing stuff. If you're a real hip-hop fan, there's going to be some stuff that's going to blow people's minds that think that they know some stuff that are going to be, and I'm not just talking about Wu-Tang, I'm talking about other, like, the documentary is not even going to be that much on Wu-Tang, because Wu-Tang has been covered so much. in the media and documentaries. It's going to be more about Papa Wu's life outside of that people don't know. You know what I'm saying? So so that's gonna. So Brian Casey is a really great guy, and you know, it's an honor to have people that are connected with him in the building. And every time he has a film showing, there's always like great people and really great, awesome free food.
This guy.
He's the best cook too.
And I'm a sucker for free food. You take it.
That's an understatement. A sucker for free food.
Sucker for free food. It said Cat Williams is watching. I thought it said Cat Williams. I'm like, Cat Williams is watching the show.
Yeah, man.
So let's go into this. Let's talk about this. So you know that the first place that was the real avant-garde place for the whole medical always been from, you know, in this forefront of it, and California has been really brave and taken a lot of chances with this, because at one point there were people who had legal paychecks from the state of California, but then they still went to jail because the federal government came in to wave their dick around. Like, hey, it's still not legal federally, and blah, blah. Working legitimate jobs, not shady drug dealers on the corner, guys who worked in official dispensaries that were sanctioned by the state, who had paychecks.
Yeah, still going on right now.
And they got arrested. So I'm bringing up, it says here, thanks to Slim for the notes here, San Francisco, to dismiss thousands of marijuana convictions, prosecutors in San Francisco will throw out thousands of marijuana-related convictions of residents dating back to 1975. San Francisco District Attorney George Garrison said that his office will dismiss and seal 3,038 misdemeanor convictions dating back before the state's legal no action necessary from those who are convicted, meaning that they don't have to fill an appeal or a habeas corpus. Prosecutors will also review up to 4,940 felony convictions and consider reducing them to misdemeanors. Now I have opinions on this, but Cash, what do you think about this?
I mean, they should. Definitely should do that, man. Because we got people like in the day, like in '99.
A little bit, though.
Maybe it was about maybe a quarter. That wasn't that much.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
That little, but it's not a lot.
Yeah, but that little arrest, right? Every time I would go to jobs, and they'd be like, "Yeah, like you qualify for the job." Then at the end, like, never been arrested. Yeah, I got a misdemeanor for marijuana. Oh, nope, we can't take you. You know what I mean? So it's like that happened all the time. Like, it kind of like put a halt on my life. You know what I mean? Just for like a misdemeanor possession of weed. So, and then now people on weed and like they created a lie, this big lie, this phony, you know, perception of weed.
Right.
And you know who they was, though.
Well, I mean, like,
they is the they call. I mean, the correct term is pharma cartels.
I mean, well, everybody followed along with it. You know what I mean?
The pharmaceutical companies are the ones who funded the research and paid for the commercials that said that marijuana was a gateway drug to heroin and that you lose brain cells. And they had the you know, there was at one point where they depicted that to rape white women.
Nah, I think that was Mexican. A lot of Mexicans they blame them, like cocaine to like keep them awake and make them work harder and give them more energy and shit like that. But then after they felt like whatever reason they wanted to ban it, you know what I mean, they made it like, oh, you know, the black guys are all souped up on cocaine, and one of them went crazy and we had to shoot him like 8 times. And you know what I mean? So then
a wild animal.
Yeah, they use that propaganda stuff like that to you know, make cocaine illegal.
So in my you can see what this is backwards. You can see, right, I'll pull up the camera later, but this is I have the magazine that I write for, 13 Folds. Shout out to Dave Deff, good friend of the Universal Collective. I write the hip hop section of this magazine. It's a weed legalization magazine, but not just for weed just to be legal, because you can legalize it, but we can still be screwed because of the way they enforce the laws. So 13 Folds, check it out. It's the number 13 and Folds.com. You can check out the website. You can check out the Facebook page, and you'll see the articles that I've written. Anyways, the reason why I brought it up was that on the back of it, see, the whole magazine's theme is to make in front of the scare culture and tactics that they've used around marijuana. So the back page, it says the Grim Reaper, and it has weed looking like Frankenstein, and then in the corner it says organized crime, and then it shows like a hippie looking dude with a chick. It says non-consensual sex. Then it says African Americans and has a black guy with a gun. You know what I mean? Then it says rage. Watch as marijuana turns young Billy into an unstoppable monster. Coming to a city near you. Marijuana, the devil's harvest. So this is how do you say the word? I always say it wrong. Cardichicker?
How do
you say it?
Caricature.
Yeah, I always say that word wrong. So it's a, if you ladies want to check it out. So it's a caricature of the whole thing, and you know what people have to realize is that the pharmaceutical companies knew that people could get some type of healing and medicinal things from marijuana. They're not stupid. So they knew that they would lose money selling us Vicodins and aspirins and Oxycontins and all this shit that kills us. So what they did is they funded all this pseudo research and funded all these commercials and to make it seem like marijuana was this horrible thing.
Yeah.
And on an end note on this, the reason why that's important for them to reduce the sentences of people that have been locked up is because the same, and I don't want to turn this into a racial thing, but the same white men that locked up inner city kids for little bags of weed are the same white men that are getting rich off the marijuana legalization and medical. And then
if you have a recharge, you can't get it.
Preventing, yes, exactly. So it's a game. It's a game. It's a game.
That's messed up right there. So, you know, 24 years ago today, Cream came out, Wu-Tang. Cash was everything around me.
24 years today, right?
24 years ago today.
Shout out to the Mighty Wu-Tang. Shout out to the Abbott Wisdom.
Video. So we about to go to the video, and when we'll come back,
we'll be back.
We'll be back with our guest from the
Shop Radio.
The short film showcase.
WW. I'm gonna put it in the comments.
Weida.
Well done, Beth and Guerrera.
Real Latin up in here. You know what? You might see Nabi go full poppy. All right, y'all. So make sure y'all tune in, and that's it.
Nothing wrong with your television set. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are controlling transmission.
Here's another one. Quick after saving, serenading them hoes. She no Juliet for no Romeo with no dough. She report to tricking and go back to sticking. She back to tricking, I'm back to pimping. She back to bending, she back to licking. I'm back to tripping, I'm back to pissing. Chef cracking and whipping in a project kitchen. In higher henchmen, I retired innings, I'm Candyman, run no tripping. Go city nigga, fact I'm crippling. No sleep on your watch, racks only linen. So fuck your opinion, I fuck Yankee winning.
Yankee fuck my bitch, nigga that bitch for rent. You know how to treat a hoe, rosé and money spent. She say you a sweetheart, a sweetheart.
Things finna go a little different around here, I'm Brooklyn nigga. Quick after saving, serenading them hoes. She no Juliet or no Romeo with no dough. She report to tricking, nigga back to sticking. She back to tricking, I'm back to pimping. Quick after saving, serenading them hoes. She no Juliet or no Romeo with no dough. She report to tricking, nigga back to sticking. She back to tricking, I'm back to pimping.
Fuck about these bitches, son, I can't put them money. I'm bagging Buddha crib, fat bag of Fontos. And I'm swinging my hands for the day. Gonzo on her test, times to the way. While the new school fighting at the top of the Bayway. We pimpin' boy. Fucking thing all these bitches for. You over there taking pictures for. You attention whore, you ain't been through shit. But I left more lies than you ever lived. Been a lot of places you ain't never been. In a lot of situations I ain't never said. Shit, you can check my stats. I'm from Willie, I ain't running from my past. I'm a rep to my last day, Rajay in the World Series, man, that's crazy.
Yankee fuck my bitch, nigga that bitch for rent. You know how to treat a hoe, rosé and money spent. Yeah, she say you a sweetheart, nigga, a sweetheart.
Things finna go a little different around here, I'm Brooklyn nigga.
I got hundreds by the bands. I'ma make her do a dance. She pussy popping on her hands. Then I'ma pass it to my mans. Cause if I'm hitting, then they hitting too. Ain't no handcuffing round the zoo. Why you hating, nigga, bust a move. Got in here with my new 22. Go while you handcuffing when that hoe there for everyone. You spend all your money on her and she give to me like ransom. Ha, that's pimpin', nigga. Like my girl got a girl type pimpin', nigga. Ha, that's pimpin', nigga. That ODB type. I spit on that pussy before I put my dick in. She said, boy, you nasty. Got to be just too fit. clip on empty.
Baby, fuck my bitch, nigga, that bitch for rent. You know how to treat a hoe, rose and money spent. She say you a sweetheart, a sweetheart. Things finna go a little different around here. I'm Brooklyn, nigga. Quick happy savings, serenading them hoes. She know Juliet, but no Romeo with no dough. She report to tricking, nigga back to sticking. She back to tricking, I'm back to pimping. Quick happy savings, serenading them hoes. She know Juliet, but no Romeo with no dough. She report to tricking, nigga back to sticking. She back to tricking, I'm back to pimping.
Things finna go a little different around here. I'm Brooklyn, nigga.
There's nothing wrong with your television set. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are controlling transmission.
Here's another one.
Quick happy savings, serenading them hoes. She know Juliet, but no Romeo with no dough. She report to tricking, nigga back to sticking. She back to tricking, I'm back to pimping.
Keep climbing until you reach the apex. Mountain View shit, 2 burners on the Pyrex. Throwing 3 cubes, head cracking the dice game. Rise to the top, illuminating God's flames. Slugs with a side of fries flying out the potato. Collide with cyborg, microdrone mosquitoes. Ice Kahlua cappuccino, Lil Easy Jesus. Cool foods horizon, Great Pyramid of Giza. The higher up the mountain, more treacherous the path. Older the money, more dirtier the cash. The road to power paved with casualties. Slang executioner, decapitating MCs. The Western Union saluting, money gram, Iron Man, blue holograms moving fluid. Hash all dripping on my tree branches. Pawns get buried when the pale horse advances. Life's a chess game, a climbing the food chain. Hopping turnstiles to first class and on planes. Breaking bad, carving rhymes into blue ice. Invoking the ghost to walk the white.
Keep climbing till you reach the apex. Mountain View shit, 2 burners on the Pyrex. Throwing 3 cubes, head cracking the dice game. Rise to the top, illuminating God's flames.
Keep climbing until you reach the apex. Mountain View shit, 2 burners on the Pyrex. Throwing 3 cubes, head cracking the dice game. Rise to the top, illuminating God's flames.
That violin, man, shit about to get real sad, real gloomy. Boy, y'all fake ass, whack ass rappers.
It's the return of the Mac. Earn the stack when I burn the whack. Waves of light electrify lines. Frighten your mental, electrify minds. Eloquent speaker, spit monstrosities. Bring terror in all types of atrocities. Possibly the best, now I'm positive. Wicked talented, plus I got a lot to give. Guilty by association, associated with the illest in the nation. Unbreakable combination. Hit the stage is total obliteration. Ha, I got no consideration. Fuck styles and fuck gentrification. I got that French connection. Pussy rappers gotta pay for protection. It's on. Bang your head to this beat I bust on. Shots fired. Rappers getting they duck on. Bang your head to this beat I bust on. Shots fired. Rappers getting they duck on. Bang your head to this beat I bust on. Shots fired. Rappers getting they duck on. Bang your head to this beat I bust on. Shots fired. Rappers getting they duck on. Consequences and repercussions. I take money, you pay, take deductions. And while you waiting for instructions, I gave orders to carry out your slaughter. Consequently, your heart just stopped beating. Might be the hole in your head that won't stop leaking. I can see your last thoughts. It was please don't hit me with the hawk. But I don't take no requests. Like a broken record in the song is death. Word. His style and profile is detestable, and his bullshit is not digestible. Shot him walking into his vestibule. They about to pull a plug, he a vegetable. My voice is distinct. Most rappers hear it and become extinct. Bang your head to this beat I bust on. Shots fired. Rap getting they duck on. Bang your head to this beat I bust on. Shots fired. Rappers getting they duck on. Bang your head to this beat I bust on. Shots fired. Rappers getting they duck on. Bang your head to this beat I bust on. Shots fired. Rappers getting they duck on. Bang your head. It's the return of the Mac. Earn the stack when I burn the whack. Waves of light, electrify lines. Frighten your mental, electrify minds.
What's up? What's up? The one under it. What's up? What's up? Welcome back to the Chop Shop. You know what I'm saying? Hope you like them videos if you're watching the live stream. Well, we got our two guests, very special guests, might I add.
Well, thank you.
You know, the two new co-hosts of the Short Film Showcase from Brian Casey Films. You guys want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Beth Guerrera.
And I am Weida Ortiz, and if you can't pronounce Weida, you can just call me Way.
Way.
Latina.
So like, how'd you guys get into like the hosting? How'd you guys become the host of the Short Film Showcase?
Oh man.
Well, at first, Brian was having an audition.
Yeah.
And he actually just needed me to be just a regular guest where he can actually have Beth and a few other people come in and audition to be a host. At that moment, we weren't looking for a co-host. We were looking for a host and then work our way down.
Yeah.
It just happened to be that when Beth came in, her and I interacted so well together that Brian was like, this is it. This is, you two are who I want. I want you to be my host, and Wade, I want you to be my co-host. Wherever, here I am.
Yeah, that's what it's all about chemistry, you know. You know, it's, I got to hang with this guy all the time, I've known him for a long time, and that's why, you know, we just come on here, we argue. It's like we normally do. We have a good time, we talk shit, and it works. You know
the vibe was great. It felt so natural when me and her were like auditioning. It just felt like we've been here. Like this is our calling. This is we're ready for this.
Yeah, we had like instant connection, and we had the same passion for it. It was really weird.
Yeah.
It wasn't just an acting gig for either one of us. Like, because I write short films, and I love short films. I love the shorter the shorter the story. Like it's like an amazing thing to be able to write something in you know, a real story. And so for her and I, it was just kind of like, wow, we had the same kind of. We want to talk to people who create.
Yeah.
You know what's behind it? What made you want to do this? What triggered you so quickly to do the short film real quick?
Yeah. Well, I watch short films, right? And I be like, what the hell just happened? So like, at the end, like, what the hell just happened?
Those are the ones that do not want. Yeah. Those are the ones that do not want. Don't leave me waiting. Don't leave me hanging up in the air.
I was gonna ask, is that a thing? Like, is that like kind of like the artistic thing to do? That like
artistic things.
Yes.
So many genres.
There's so much.
There's so many genres.
Well, my thing is when I watch a short film, I'm like, I want more. That's why once I'm done, I'm like, what else happened? Like, what's the rest of that?
Yeah, see me, I'm even puzzled after I'm done. Like, what the hell just happened? What was that about?
Well, you got to think of it as like a really great song. The kind of song you want to hear over again is the kind that's just a little short, because you want to hear it again. But if it's too long, you're like, okay, good. But if it's just
short enough,
you know, you're just like getting into the last chorus and
game is over. Like again.
What else can get out, basically.
I often see it almost like, not every time, but I like ones that it's almost like it leaves it up for everybody to have their own interpretation of it.
Yes.
Yeah, you have those too. And the cool thing about the short film is a lot of that, even though it does That was it.
That was it.
That was it. And it just like blew me away. I was just like, you can actually write a story because we're still interpreting it, but it's still the story's there. You already.
It's like resonates in your head. You keep like boom, you keep going back and forth. You know,
It's like the paper mache short film we've seen. Because since we've broadcasted a little bit, we've had over 1,700 videos submitted already.
Wow.
And we have to watch them. We're looking for anything that's 15 minutes and under.
Yeah.
And there's some of them that go very creative. So paper
I can
mache
imagine.
short film that you're looking at just a bunch of pieces of paper put together, being creative and telling a story.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, you'd be amazed at some of the shit that you see. You know what I mean? Like,
You kind of watch it. I mean, I don't know how old you are, but MTV.
I'll be 39 tomorrow.
There you go. There you go. So,
Mañana. Groundhog's Day.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Music videos are actually short films.
Yes.
MTV. I grew up with MTV.
But it used to be.
It used to be more stories, you know.
Now not so much.
Michael Jackson videos.
And I'm a musician by trade, so.
Oh wow! What type of musician?
I play drums. I played drums for a long time.
Oh wow! Interesting.
So.
We
Male drummers are always really popular with the ladies. Are the female drummers popular with the ladies? They're popular with the ladies too.
No, but they always stop to watch, which actually gave me stage fright, and that just blew it.
Like, who does she think she is?
And I was lefty.
They're playing the drums like
lefty. Yeah, I was lefty. So in school, I went to Music Institute, and the classroom had one drum set, and it was with chains on it. And I had to go up there. I was the only girl in the class, and I had to go up and trade the drums around. So everyone's sitting there watching me. So that's how I got the stage fright. It was awful. Stage fright, awful. So
did you ever break out of the stage fright?
I did actually. I went after I stopped playing. I went into improv at Improv Boston, and
that's the way to break out of it.
Every Sunday I went into the bathroom and threw up, and then I went on stage, and I knew I could get to the other side of it if I could just walk through the fear. I did.
That'd be like me jumping out of a plane. That ain't gonna happen.
No, I wouldn't do that either.
So
I lost my stage fright having to be in front of like 10 judges in a pageant. So yeah, they're asking you a bunch of random questions, and you're like, claro que sí, I got this, not a problem.
Yeah, because you know, a lot of people are beautiful with no personality, so you gotta ask them the tough questions, right?
Yes, but I got them both. I got it both. No te equivoques, papi.
So
what got you into acting? Did it start with the improv thing, or was it?
I did an improv thing for me, and then sketch writing, and then I started writing. And I was really sick at the time, so when I couldn't perform because it was just too much on my body, I'd go and write, and then that's how I got into this. And I noticed that I really saw or heard conversations and characters more than I. So writing a story like Hemingway does, I couldn't do it. I didn't have adjectives. I didn't have strong vocabulary. I didn't have schooling behind me, you know.
Right.
And so I got into screenplays, and I started writing shorts because I couldn't finish a long one. I just couldn't do it. I don't know why. I was like, I'm used to 3-minute songs. Sorry. So I transfer it to something.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, and that's the whole thing. There's a new wave of like short films, and short films allow people who don't have any way to you know, it's easy budgeting.
Right.
It's easy budgeting.
Yeah. Right.
So you can make your dreams come true without, you know nowadays the same with recording. Like you said, you can record your own music. You can
get it out there to people. It's easier. Something's easier because like I go on YouTube and I watch like hood movies. You know, back in the days, they had like hood movies like Menace to Society and Boys in the Hood and stuff like that. We don't have those anymore. But if you go on YouTube, there's a hood movie in every city. Every major city, I'm telling you, has a hood movie, and you can sit there and just watch them all day. You know, so that's like the luxury of the internet, and you can get your stuff out there to people. People actually watch it if it's good. You know. So how did you get into acting? Wait,
what's up? Well, let's see. I actually my whole life thought I can be that person on TV. I've always seen something on TV that made me feel like I can be there. I never went when I was younger. Actually,
was it Telemundo?
Telemundo y Caliente. I'm already on Caliente doing music videos. I was there. So years ago, I was there. I was on MTV too, and that show Made, trying to make a little girl become a queen.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
So you was on that show Sizzle and Salsa.
Un poquito de cariño, papi. In 2014, to bring it closer, I guess I was on the dark side of my life. I was very down, and my kids would sit. I have 3 kids. We sat down and said, what do I want to do with my life? Like, where we are at right now is not where I want to be and how I want to raise you guys. And they said, go for your dreams. What is your dreams, Mom? And I was like, yeah, me be an actor. They're like, that's hard, but you could do it. I went onto Facebook, and I was seeing this ad like for casting calls. And it was for The Weekend Warriors. It's a TV series. David Lynch, who's Master DL, he actually is the one who does everything, the recording. He's the one who wrote everything, got everything together. I hit him up and I asked him, like, if you're still looking for somebody, do I fit in any of your roles? And he gave me one of the starting roles as that sure thing, baby. Yes, I am the sure thing in The Weekend Warriors. And I took off from there. We recorded for like 2 years to get that going. I was in Patriots Day. Then I met Brian. And that's where Brian, I've done 3 short films with him. And the short film showcase showed up. And now that's my open door.
Yeah, Brian's a good guy, man. Shout out to Brian Casey. He's a real nice guy, real cool guy, good guy.
He knows my deep secret stories that made me like where I am right now.
He like Alicia Keys, he won't tell your secrets.
No, my secrets got me here. Let's worry about what we have here.
Well, I'm interested in what you was talking to me earlier. You said that not only did you want to do the acting, but you were interested behind the scenes. What do you mean by that? Like,
well, because when I first started with Master DL, it was, here's your line, you focus, you do what you're doing, you record it, you're done. But with Brian, I was doing in waiting, and I'm looking and I'm admiring where the cameras were at, where the lighting was at, what else they were doing behind the scenes, how much it actually took you to even get to your casting call days. Right. And to me, that's a lot more than being in front of a camera and being an actor at the moment, and which I love, and I'm happy and I'm blessed, and my dreams are coming true, so people, your dreams can come true. I just want more knowledge. I want to learn more knowledge. I don't want to get played. I don't want to be...
So then you could be like Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, when he did his music, when you watch his documentary, he was basically like, no, I don't hear the sound. I want it like this. I want it like that. So now when you see yourself on the camera, you're like, I want it like this and I want it like that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes, I want to come into life in my own vision. I like the fact that you can just put something on paper, see it, and actually have a cast that brings it to life with you. Right. I think all that together, then just
that's like almost like godhood though. It's like creating something, like you're making something from nothing.
From nothing. And sometimes you get a few words thrown at you and you're just trying to create something out of it. I love cold reads. I love when they're like, okay, cold reads is they give you lines at that moment.
You never get a chance to practice them.
You don't get to practice them. You don't get to memorize them. You're reading it.
So almost like freestyling, kind of, but you have the words, but you don't know no point of reference. Why do they do that? Is that to find the role?
To find out if you have the talent for just any roles. Differently. It's different ways to find out how you bring that character. As currently
on the spur of the moment, like, you know, you can read a little bit beforehand and like kind of like gauge the emotion. Gauge the emotion before you actually read the process of it.
Is she like super excited? Is the person? I've done many.
Well, you can't be smiling like, oh my God, Mom just died. Mom just smiling.
I'm thinking of somebody who's real stringent and ain't able to shift fast. Wouldn't be a good actress or actor because they can't change. You know, like somebody, I do this role, this is what I do, what I know. Like you get what
like Terrence Howard. Terrence Howard is the same guy in every movie.
Every movie is the same guy.
So come on, man.
I don't want to be that same person that you see me in 5 movies and be like, she's still playing the same type of character.
What was that character in number 23? What was his name? Was it Jim Carrey?
Jim Carrey.
Yeah, I'm so used to him being a funny person, and when I saw him in the number 23,
he's a really diverse actor, though.
Oh no! When I seen him in number 23, though, no. But when he was on the number 23, listen, when he was on the number 23, he took me to a whole nother route. I was like, what? Regular acting, I was like,
it just switched.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. What do you think is the state of is it progressive, unprogressive? Is there a little bit? What is the state of the short film and acting community in Rhode Island? Because traditionally, Rhode Island is not necessarily a place that people would look at
right? Because
Yep.
right?
Social,
right?
yep.
People look at New York. And
Yes,
LA,
and then that, yep.
And I mean, but see, that's where we kind of see eye to eye, is because it's the same thing with hip hop. Right.
Yeah.
So where does that, like, is it a vibrant community? I'm not asking is it talented, because of course there's people with talent. I'm saying, is there a lot of energy of people outside of Rhode Island noticing it, or is it something that's just contained in Rhode Island?
No, this is all around countries. We have 85 different countries already that submitted to our short film showcase.
Which is based here in Rhode Island.
Which is based here,
Which is wonderful to hear.
I think that's kind of different when you compare it to hip hop, in the sense that it's not like actors are like, oh my god, he acts better than me. I hate him. Like, you know, I would come out.
So far, what I like. This is why I like the Italian style instead of the Hollywood style.
Yeah.
In Hollywood, I feel like there's a lot of. Let me just raise my nose up in the air.
Superficial. It's superficial, and New Englanders have a what do you call it, reputation for keeping it real, being real direct.
Yes,
you know?
and out here there's a lot.
Some people call us rude. I call it honesty.
I'm being honest with you.
Rhode Island was like Providence. The other day, I was in the top 20 rudest cities in the country, and Rhode Island was like, Providence was like number 13 on the list. I'm like, then that's it. Number 13 in Providence.
I bet you that's pretty good. Is New York above or below Providence on that list?
I think it was below. I think it was higher. I think it was like number 7 or something like that.
That places like New York get a bad rep for that. But anyways,
I love New Yorkers.
You know, they did this thing on TV where they, real quick, they did like when they put a camera on and they do something to see what you're gonna do. Sort of like that dude that what would you do?
Yeah.
They dropped wallet. Somebody dropped their wallet like in the 42nd Street or whatever, and like most of the people picked it up and gave it back. Whereas in like New York, you think, oh my God, they're gonna get mugged. And so what I'm saying is, what I meant about the hip hop connection is that I'm saying that like I'm not in the film industry. So
no,
my question.
I thought you was what's that? Estevez was on the Charlie Sheen's brother. Emilio Estevez.
So what I'm saying is like I'm saying I wonder if the film people based in smaller places like New England deal with in hip hop, and we sometimes get overlooked because of the places when people think of film, they think of LA, New York. That's really what I was wondering.
Right.
You know?
And I think that New York also has its own kind of thing where, well, we're in New York and we support New York. So New Yorkers love New York. They love, New Jersey, New York, that whole area. They like. So they don't really feel like they have to go anywhere, Like the rest of us are trying to get somewhere. Like we have to get out.
They can accomplish.
But they need to accomplish
in their neighborhood what some of us would have to travel. But see, now that's where we definitely meet eye to eye when it comes to hip hop and the film.
But that's what we want to show, that we actually have all this stuff here. There's no need to go out.
Rody would, right?
Yeah, but check it out. We've got our own podcasts, we've got our own radio shows, we've got our own short film companies. We've got plenty of major films that have been filmed here.
We have brothels that are semi-legal.
Yep, we got plenty of toots and cocaine. So what I'm saying is that like you guys' thought on that is something that we often talk about the hip hop thing. Like we don't need to get cosigns from other people and everything else, or because we have the producers and the actors and
everything's here.
But are we willing to resource share to be able to compete with the machines? Because little guys doing medium-sized things are one thing, but people working together can make a bigger thing. And I think that the only way to compete on a national, international level is through collaboration.
Right. Yes. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's great.
Thank you. That was the Black History Month. That was our first Black History Month soliloquy. We have 4 of them. How many Thursdays in between 3 and 4, we have those for Black History Month. That was our first one. Thank you, Nabi.
Shout out to Malcolm X.
I think you also got to remember too that we got to support each other too. Like everyone's trying to get somewhere, so they're all like, yeah, we're trying to go, so see you later, that kind of thing. Whereas New Yorkers, they all it seems like in the I don't know about hip hop, but I know the rock they seem to support each other immensely in that area.
I think there was like a little excerpt where they had Jay-Z explaining to, I think it was like Bono or somebody like that, explaining to how it's different in hip hop than it is in rock. And rock is like, and hip hop is always like everybody's trying to be number one. There's like in hip hop there's ratings, you know what I mean? It's like number one, number two, number three. Everybody's talking about who's the best, who's this, who's that. So it's always a constant fight to get to the top in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? But in rock,
the constant king of the hill battle.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. And in rock is different, obviously.
Well, in rock it's kind of like, this is what I do.
This is what you do.
Right. Where in hip hop, it's that constant. Let's play tug of war. Let's slap box. Let's play king of the hill.
Let me put you down real quick too.
But can you imagine if hip hop actually got together? Can you imagine how much powerful we would actually be?
Yeah. It is powerful.
Here's the other side of that spectrum.
Yeah, that's it.
Here's the other side of that spectrum, though. I don't think that everybody should just join hands together and work.
Not like that. Not no kumbaya shit. Not just saying everybody not tug of war like you said.
Someone just because they're from where you're from. Because they might not be of the same ideology and morals as you.
I think the conversation you guys had earlier where you feel like your local people are not actually supporting you like your outsiders are. Yeah, it's like, okay, I'm an actor, but I'm a beginner, and to those, like you said, around me, it's like, that's just a way that's normal. Yeah, that's just her.
Like you're nothing special because you're so used to it.
She's not an actress. I've known her since the 6th grade.
She ain't no actor.
It's like the support, like, so with the local acting scene, and I'm not saying you guys are stuck there, but I just want to have a grasp on the local scene. Do you feel like, is it more of a competitive thing, or are people supportive? Like, is it like cutthroat? I'm gonna try to get this role, or are people
no? So far for what I got.
You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. For instance, certain subcultures, let's call it, like a hip hop, it's all subcultures. Certain subcultures, people inform each other. Yo, there's an opportunity. They can go do this.
I get that.
But in other subcultures, people won't tell you about stuff because they don't want you to do what they're doing.
To shine more than that.
Yeah. So is the acting thing, is it more of a sharing thing, or is it more of a cutthroat kind?
I think it's more of a sharing thing, but you have to be around, like... I
feel like I've been blessed with the
people. When I was taking classes, everyone would call me and say, Beth, this is coming up, this is coming up. And then when I couldn't take classes anymore, and I wasn't, like, connecting, and I'd go to auditions, and then I'd see my friends, I'd be like, hey, how you doing? And, but it's kind of like you have to be in everybody's for them to remember.
You gotta be.
You gotta work your stuff.
Yeah, because everyone's trying, everyone's working. Yeah, you have to network definitely, and in fact, everything I ever got was a full network. It was full like Beth, you check, go do this. And the same with this hosting gig. It was the same. It was the same with this.
Yeah, for me, it's when I first started, everyone that I came across until this day, blessings, have been nothing but new family to me. They worry about me. They worry about my health. My health is not the greatest. I suffer from stomach migraines, which is like the worst things like you could do. You feel like you're gonna die. And I'll have them call me like, "Hey, you okay today? Like, by the way, there's a gig tomorrow if you want to try it out." Like, we stay in connect. Yeah. But I just think it happens to be I've been in the right place at the right time, because from other stories I hear, there is that competition. There is that you're not. No, don't give it to her. Like, I'm better than that. Why are you wasting your time? Have my resume in your hand.
Everybody wants the part, you know what I mean?
They want the shining part. They don't want the background. They don't want the extras. They want that I'm #1 main role. But what everybody that I've come across, we don't stand out that way. If it's meant for you to have that role,
you know what? I can agree with that, because I don't have a lot of experience in that world. But I was an extra in one of Brian Casey's films. I don't think it might have been in the Waiting one. Was the Waiting one that starred the African American female?
Yes.
Yeah, so I was a background character. I don't think my scenes were too much in it, but we was in it, and just that was my only real experience with the local scene, other than directed with Brian Casey. And just from that, me going to that, being an extra and standing there with no lines and just hanging out, there were like 2 or 3 people that I met that were telling me about yo, there's this other opportunities going on, and they hit me up. Whereas I've been in the hip hop community for over a decade, and only people that I directly am connected to, or have a mutual beneficial relationship with, like a real prior close relationship will call me up and be like, yo, you know, there's this opportunity.
Right.
Whereas I went to this one acting thing, was a side guy in the background, and I had like multiple people like, you know, this role is open. You know, Nabi, you can come to my house to this cookout. There's gonna be actors and people there.
Yeah, you date my daughter. Treat her like shit. So you got.
But why did you treat my daughter like that? I was acting.
Yeah.
But think about it, in the acting world, there is not just a certain type they're looking for. You can all do it.
Yeah.
Put your mind to it. You can do it. There's all types.
Some people suck at acting though, like Shaq. Shaq sucks at acting.
She doesn't have that specific mode like a rapper.
They don't, but you can suck. But you can suck at acting though. You can't suck at acting though. I mean, there's Shaq and Shazam. That sucks, right?
Okay, so take acting classes too.
People that think that what do you call it there?
Mariah Carey and Glitter.
She's a horrible actor.
Horrible.
I cannot. Let's not go there with that one. In her new year, yeah, I'm not sorry.
I don't think we talked about the short film showcase. I don't think we actually got into what it was really about. Like, can you explain to us?
Short film showcase. What is it?
So basically, we are interested in short films. We want to showcase all kinds of short films, from music videos to animation. It's going to be the horror, anything that, and we're going to be interviewing people like the director. We're going to be interviewing you.
Yes, I'll be there. I'm not a thespian.
I'm coming.
I'm not drunk up in the show.
Are you guys gonna have a drink for me this time?
Yeah. See, we know you got. We heard some sophisticated queen actresses were coming, and we didn't want to get too ghetto and get all smashed and act up in here. So
I remember where I come from. My parents came from Puerto Rico, speaking out that, and I grew up in the hood in Waltham. I know it sounds funny to listen to the hood, but I was on Charles Street. Yes, baby. We grew up. I know.
We all grew up in the hood, believe it or not.
Hello,
even Slim over here.
In office?
That 97% of our guests are like hip hop related people. So this is not the first time we've had people in your field here, but this is the first time we just had two sophisticated ladies come.
Not the first time, because we had
I'm just saying. She's better. She ain't too sophisticated. I don't mean that bad way.
Love Lace name. What's her name from Massachusetts that does the medical?
Wendy Love though.
Oh, I think it's sophisticated ladies. We have some doctors and whores in there. We have had some whores and some thoughts on it. This is true.
Some ghost hunters. I went on a blind ghost. I went on somebody. Somebody from somebody that was on that show, Taps, and the other one. And I went and I did what I did is I did a overnight. And then we had the people that actually do the investigation come in and we interview them. So we're open to do other stuff, and I'm glad that we can have you guys here. I'm just saying that we're more. I'm just saying that we're more used to having a more.
No, that's not what happened. I didn't get a chance to go to a liquor store before. That's tomorrow. Wow, we should have. That's tomorrow's my birthday.
I appreciate that you said you watched the episode, but this is about you guys.
And I wanted to ask you a couple questions.
Oh, so we'll get to that. No, listen.
Ask him right now. He's not gonna stop.
No, I can't.
We can cuddle.
Wow.
They're cuddling over.
What exactly is the show? So you said it's a film. So how can people submit things?
Okay, so Film Freeway.
I'm gonna look for it. Now I gotta download
FilmFreeway.com.
We're on Film Freeway, so that means we're technically sort of a festival, and at some point we're hoping to have a festival part of it, where we actually show, in a theater and do the whole give awards.
Which would be pretty dope.
Yeah. Right. So, but right now we're not sponsored. We're not anything. So there's no money coming in at this point, and we'd like to give nice awards. I mean, there's people from
you guys
all
looking
over.
for sponsors and stuff?
Yeah, we're looking for sponsors. We're looking to make it a big thing because
I mean, you got over 1,000 some submissions.
1,800
submissions in that short time.
6 judges right now, 6 of us, and so we're all watching separately.
We're all watching separately. Here's my documents, boss. I I got my yes, my no, and my maybe.
Wow.
And then, and I have my not sures. I'll see what everyone else thinks.
So do you watch every submission all the way through, or do you get like 2 minutes like I have now?
Well, as long as they're under 15 minutes, I'm watching the whole thing.
You watch the whole thing?
Yeah.
See, that's the difference between the hip hop. You got like 7 seconds.
But I want to know if you can watch it for the first 3 minutes.
No, like I felt like, you know what, like music. You can kind of know if something shit or not, kind of.
I have
it. You know, but
so the movie, you kind of that's the build up and like.
Yeah, but there's a lot. Sometimes with short films, people like roll the credits like right in the beginning, and you're like, is this a 3-minute film? What are you doing?
Right, yeah.
Let's get to the point.
Yeah.
That
Wow.
kind of stuff that drives me nuts.
This is artistic. As we go,
Yeah.
watch this, I'm gonna blow some minds. I would blow some minds putting the credits at the beginning.
Right, exactly. So, but I just feel obligated to watch every single one of them. It's
That's
like
crazy.
you know in Outliers, the book Outliers, when they say you're an expert at 10,000 hours or something like that. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Malcolm. Who's the guy that wrote
Malcolm Jamal Warner.
No.
Oh, that's Theo. That's Theo from
Malcolm. He writes for the New Yorker, and he wrote Outliers. And in Outliers, he explained that to be an expert at something, most of them have done over 10,000 hours.
I mean, that's a good rule of thumb, because a lot of people think they're experts after watching a YouTube video and doing something for 2 hours.
Right, so I figure
that's true.
I'm an expert at short films in a year, because I'm going to be watching 10,000 hours worth of, so, and not only that, but you get to see other people's stories. Like there's some incredible stories from Serbia, from Iran. There's this one.
They come with subtitles?
Yeah, you have to have subtitles. There's a couple of them that didn't, and I couldn't watch it because
you don't understand the language.
You just couldn't. I kind of knew what was going on.
I mean, I wonder if like hip hop, the filming thing, I'm thinking is probably similar. Like there's places that our cultures are more restrictive, that people utilize these artistic expressions to fight the social norm.
Yeah.
Like there are people in Afghanistan who rap because the government doesn't want them to, and they speak out against the government. So I'm wondering. So I'm thinking the film thing is probably similar. I bet you get some like life stories, true stories. Doing short films that do things that maybe not accepted in their country. Is that something?
Yes.
I've seen.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've seen a few things. A lot from India. And I'm wondering where the money is, because like the cinematography is beautiful.
Yeah.
I tell you where the money is. They're getting it from all the calls. Go ahead and call a computer thing. They'll be, hello, my name is. What is this?
Well, they scam you. Hello.
They're not. They're telling you right now.
Hello. I want to. You need to update your medical records. I'm like, what? How?
I am sure.
I work for the IRS.
Computer. Where are you located? I'm located in Texas.
Why are you in bobblehead?
No, I'm not making fun of you. I know you.
No, they don't. I don't see anything I gotta do.
They took like this yesterday.
No. Weird. All right, let's get off this subject before.
In Texas.
Let's get off in Texas.
So how can it? All right. So I'm a short film.
Well, just ask the question, but yeah, you have to build it like this.
I'm a short film person, and how do I?
Short film person.
How do I submit to you?
Like a midget that does short film.
On Film Freeway, and you got to find us on Film Freeway. You got to join Film Freeway, download all your stuff. They kind of have like profiles, just like Facebook or Twitter or YouTube or whatever, and you download your stuff as a profile. And then what you do is you go through all the festivals. There's the festivals from all over the world, every festival, every film festival that you can imagine in every country. Are you laughing at me?
I'm laughing, but I'm laughing for different reasons, because I have someone on my stream here that needs me to tell Dre that Muffin said hi. He knows who Muffin is. Siobhan, which I actually was an actor for one of Siobhan's
videos,
movies. It's Out With It.
Yeah.
For short film.
She directed one of Brian's movies, right?
She
She also directed a couple of really great videos. There was a video by the Cape Verdean dude. I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but it was a really great video. It was a really
Cape Verdean guy dude, right?
Yeah, it was a really great video.
Yeah.
I can't think of the name of it, but it was like almost like it was like they were like vampires, and they were like almost like in like this late night thing. Not that they were vampires, but it kind of had that.
I know a video somebody. It was like almost like a house party type thing.
It was really dope. And you know, she was supposed to be a guest on the show, but she had some family things that she had to take care of, so she wasn't. But
I love her.
Yeah, me and Muffin, we go back to.
When I met Muffin, now that's your new name. When I met Muffin, she really opened up my eyes to a whole other level of just life, period. It had nothing to do with what we were working on. We actually just spoke like we've been friends forever. She's an amazing woman, and she's been through a lot.
Yeah, she has.
But she's still going. Love you, boo-boos.
She's a symbol of.
And she can rap.
And she's always. The thing about her is she's always evolving, and I think that we're probably gonna see like another year. She's gonna be the artist formerly known as Muffin.
Yeah, she's probably
Muffin baby.
the fly and everything.
Her whole symbol will be a muffin with an ankh. You know. So with that, so what does the future look like now? Right now, you guys are going through the films and you're doing this. What is the next, like, down the road looking like for what you guys are planning on what you're doing?
We're hoping to get this out, like you guys, syndicated, and then into New York and DC, hopefully.
Yes,
that's what
we want
to
branch out.
To branch out, and because we're definitely, before it was all local. All local stuff.
Somebody gets stuff from all over the world.
Now we're getting stuff from all
we
over the world.
We have 85 different countries that already
and New York
put in their application.
So you know what that means when you start posting the videos, the episodes start going up. They're gonna be watching. You know, they're really paying attention to that stuff. You know, so
we want others to know there's more than just a little bit you're probably seeing. There's more than just Hollywood. Fake world. This is natural. You want a Latina to do some roles? I'll get that. I got you. You know, you have all types. There's everything out here.
I wanted to ask you earlier, but I was making a lot of jokes.
Was it jokes?
So I just wanted you to know that you know it's all from the heart, corazón. So
Dale, corazón.
What do you think that as a Latina involved in the thing? I mean, it's not Hollywood, right? And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm just saying because like Hollywood does is really bad. But like when dealing on the levels of like short films and stuff, when you were first getting into it, did you ever feel put in that position? Like a lot of people of ethnicity, they feel like when they go to do a commercial or film or something, they want them to play the thug or the baby mama or the. Did you ever experience anything like that? Like people trying to. You're a Latina, so
like a generalization or.
They didn't even notice I was a Latina until I started.
So you should because all right.
So I fit that category as the white girl.
But you do realize that is a thing that happens to people, right?
And it does.
Like famously in Hollywood, a lot of people had to play crackheads. Black people had to play crackheads. Baby mom.
Well, in Hollywood, I feel like they're making the story incorrect. Yeah. You want to say a story, say it right, and put the right people in it.
Or more like the underground in a sense. Like it's more real. It's more.
You have all kinds of people writing. The problem is who's writing the story. You write what you know, and if you're not having people write, then you write it yourself. You make your own opportunity, you know? Yeah. That's the cool thing about short films, that people are making their own opportunity. They're writing their own stories. And everybody everywhere.
He has a theory on cats. You want to hear his theory?
Can I hear your theory?
He has a theory on cats. He has a theory on this.
So every cat in their former life, they was a bitch ass nigga. AKA a punk. So
not necessarily
pussy then.
Pussy, exactly.
Not necessarily, you hear me like a necessarily black person by that term.
No.
A punk.
If you was a man,
woman beater.
Just a bitch ass nigga, you know, just all around fucker. Yeah, you know, if you turn into a cat in your next life, so that's what happens. That's why cats always mad, like, you know, whatever. And they always watch girls in the shower like, damn, when I was rooming, I was doing. I was bitch ass nigga though.
So how do you explain the female cats?
Yeah, it don't matter. You gotta have both. Shit, they run more cats. This guy.
I was just trying to get into with the whole philosophy. So
see, but this is a story that we could write.
Everything's happening right now is a short film.
I disagree. I turned it into a short film. It was about boring shit, and I was interested because it was so boring.
Thank you.
Why? I'm like, why are you like that right now? Like,
I don't live that, but I'm interested.
If I watch more than an hour of a movie, even if it's horrible, I'm committed and have to watch that. I'm like, I really went this far.
No, that's why I don't watch a lot of movies. I'm not a big movie watcher.
I'm invested.
But if you think about it, like we watch more. Most people watch more TV. Most shows are half hour. So our capacity.
That's with commercials.
With commercials, and then if you
really only 20 minutes.
MTV or VH1, your capacity is like 3-4 minutes. So if you think about it, the short film might even actually kind of take over where larger films are. I think attention span.
That makes a
lot of sense.
You know why I think that? I think that is. I think because there's a lot of garbage that came out, a lot of trash movies, a lot of trash music.
Social media.
Because
people have everything.
No, not even only that. Because there was one point in time there were like 10% of the movies that you would watch were actually good. And then people have like big movie watchers, and they'll sit there and watch a movie is actually a commitment. You know what I'm saying? You watch a 2-hour movie, a 2.5-hour movie, an hour and a 45-minute movie. It's a fucking commitment. You can watch the whole movie. You can watch the whole movie and leave for 3 minutes. Yo, check it out. You can watch the whole movie and leave for 3 minutes and come back. You're like, this movie sucked. But guess what you did? You missed the most important part of the movie. Like, you tied the whole thing together, and you missed it. And now you think the movie sucked because you missed that 3 minutes movie.
Like how much?
That's happened. That's happened to me. Like I've missed parts of a movie. I've missed parts of a movie and then came back and watched the movie later and be like, wow, I didn't realize. Like I didn't.
Yeah, you talking or you're not paying full attention. Just a fucking commitment. That's why I say, like, if you really do that, man.
I think we're commitment phobic now, so I think short films are perfect.
Well, I mean, short film is like real relationships, it's situationships. There's no like long-term marriage.
My guilty pleasure. My guilty pleasure is the weird. That's why that's why I'm attracted to the artsy, the abstract short films. They just come to me. I watch them like, what the fuck? And I beat myself up trying. Let me start watching again and try to figure this shit out.
Because it forces you to think. Whereas in a movie that's too laid out, it's like it's just something is laid out for you to watch, and here it is.
Yeah.
But some
you already know what's gonna happen.
A lot of the movies are cliche.
It's just like a lot of Latinos run away from the house. A lot of Latinos run in the house.
In general,
movies that
right? Is that back in the days, back in like the 80s? I'm in the opinion. This is just a personal opinion of mine that the greatest, and I have things to back this up. The greatest,
things to back up everything.
Greatest movies and things were all created in the 80s. Oh hell yeah! And let me say why. Not just because I like the movies.
Alf.
But this Alf. I'm not saying that everything in the 80s was good. Let me back up my point.
Weird science.
Let me back up my point. Let me back.
Johnny B.
Big Trouble in Little China.
Johnny B. Good.
Let me back up. Let me back up my point. What I'm saying. The reason why I say two reasons is for two reasons. One is that back then movies had to be more story driven than special effects because we have all the special effects.
Yes.
Two, look at all the things from the 80s that have been redone, right? Look, My Little Pony's back. They did Transformer movies, G.I. Joe movies, Smurf movies.
Where's Rainbow Bright?
All of it. Well, maybe that's, we've already got enough.
They should do all the rappers that wear all these colors and shit. Now they should do it right now. That'd be a fucking smash hit. We have 69. What's his name? 69. Easy 69 could be Rainbow Bright.
She has a strong thought on this because she was holding it back to tell me that. Go ahead. What are you gonna say?
She forgot you was talking too much.
I want to say, because the 80s was my era too, but I want to say in a sense that I think I was
born in the 80s.
We're so into what's in instead of what's creative.
Yeah.
And especially the way Hollywood ruins everything.
Mm-hmm.
No offense, but they pretty much it's all about money, and they have 5 or 6 writers.
Right.
And you look at something like the Twilight Zone, the original series Twilight Zone. One guy wrote how many?
Shout out to Rod Serling.
And they were all captivating.
The first series,
single episode
was amazing.
Even watching ones today that are black and white.
Yeah, the black and white.
Those are
the real ones.
Listen, those original Twilight episodes will really have you like
nervous.
Thinking.
Nervous as hell too.
I've seen a couple of episodes that still
watch that shit in the dark.
And there's like in the first series was 30. just 30. He wrote 30 in one series, and then he had how many more series?
Yeah, well, I got 3 volumes. Right?
And then people now you got 5 or 6 writers.
You got 5 or 6 writers.
But see this,
and they're stealing from all the 70s.
I don't understand. I don't understand why. When it comes to like superheroes, man, why don't they have new superheroes? Why the fuck we have superheroes?
So-and-so's cousin came out.
I don't understand. Like we still Spider-Man and Batman is still going.
We're aspiring to be a better human. We're aspiring to be more than human. I think, and I think.
But what I'm saying is like.
Flip side to that though.
No, what I'm saying is like, why is there not any new superheroes? Like a new creative superhero? Like it's kind of like.
Exactly.
No. Black Lightning is old. Kick-ass. Black Lightning is old. Black Lightning came out like the 1970s or something like that. It was
like that.
No, Black Dynamite. That's a black exploitation. That is. No, listen. There's no way in hell a little kid that was born in fucking 2012, let's say, looks at Spider-Man like, oh, he got bit by a radioactive spider. Now he got super. That's just so outdated and old. We keep recreating the shit, and they won't even go out on a limb. They go out with like some pride and like let's make a new superhero and try to make like.
That brings it back to what I was saying. Like if you look at Transformer movies, G.I. Joe movies, all these Smurfs, these are all things from the 80s.
I don't give a fuck about that. What I'm saying is, why can't motherfuckers create some new shit?
Because people feel like every idea's already been done.
No, they don't.
I'm not saying it is, but some people.
They got sex dolls that cost $2,500. That shit wasn't out a couple years ago.
There you go.
All right.
So going back to Shortfilm show, people are bringing into our TV show are people that that actors out here that are not well known. You want to put.
Oh, she just took that. She took that. That was good.
Directors that
What he was saying, you know what it is that he's asking for new super.
No, she knows what about.
She got it.
I'm saying.
So with that being said,
I'm talking. I got you off, boy.
She cut me off.
I don't be so quiet in here. There's a whole lot of estrogen that goes in there. Anyway, say this one thing. I feel like there's a lot of underground actors and screenwriters that probably can get that idea. They probably can write scripts like that, but nobody's trying to hear them because they're not being Hollywood.
Right.
That's the only thing. Like they're underground, they're probably out there. They probably can make a new freaking superhero and all that stuff, but they're not trying either because they're not being Hollywood.
No, you're right. She's right about that. So we're gonna wrap up in a couple of minutes. Not right now, but we're gonna wrap up in a couple minutes. But we're gonna end with you guys giving the handles. But I want to give you guys a chance if you wanted to. You guys said you had some questions for us, so I wanted you to, if you want to take the floor. You said you had some questions for us.
Now?
Yeah.
She said,
actress.
Action.
She just did the. She did the Cardi B right. She said,
Tell Cardi.
I got butterflies coming out every ass.
I'm gonna leave that alone.
What made you guys decide to start a radio show?
That's a long. I let Cash.
I'm gonna give you the short version. We'll be all he was the co-host of another show that was at the same time slot as the same place here. It wasn't his show. He was a co-host, and that particular person that was running that podcast was a promoter for a show which had like people like EPMD, Wu-Tang members, and a whole bunch of other artists. And when he was the host. She made him the host for the show. That is last minute host. So he was hosting the show. She didn't show up. She didn't pace the artist. And a lot of the guys was looking at him like he was the person who was like,
because I was on a radio show, even though her and I were friends.
And he was hosting the show.
I was just pulled on because I had a personality, not even her, somebody else.
So when these guys didn't get their money for performing in the show, they got obviously
open up for Wu-Tang. We don't get our money. We're gonna get our guns.
And then the other guys who was getting paid to be there to perform, who didn't get their money also. And it was like a big thing. And he handled himself. He was like, some people was like, you need to get out of there now because they're mad. They're gonna think he was like, no, I'm not gonna leave. I have to leave. It looked like I'm a part of the thing too. So he didn't leave, and he just held his ground. And so she kind of disappeared. She went off the map, and then long story short, we just basically took over her slot in the show. And we had our
it was a political move. We didn't start the show because we had no experience and we didn't even want to do it. We're a rap group and we had just recently
the first day
I was trying to figure out.
Yeah.
We came together as a rap group and we didn't want to do a show. Honestly, I didn't do the show because it was an opportunity. I wanted to do it. I didn't.
It was kind of just there.
It was a political move. It was my way of separating our movement from what she did and all the drama. And the drama wasn't just talking. There was like real drama and real people that do more than just rap that was talking about we're going to come to the radio station and we're going to do this and that. And, you know, she wasn't really affiliated with this place. She was just renting out the space. So to separate this place and my movement from what she did, I took over the show and then we started the show. So we didn't do the show because we wanted to do it.
Yeah, we know what was doing.
It was a chess move.
So the first day we come in, we fucking said stuff. I'm like, oh shit, the phone doesn't work, this doesn't work. What the hell? You know what? So I'm like, you're not gonna do it. I sat down, and then we was all here, we started talking, and it was like, yeah, you see what happened to so-and-so today? You know what I'm saying? We just started talking about the same shit. It's because we do normally. If we're at home, it's like, hey, you see this video, you see this and this and that, and we was just doing exactly the same thing. So like, yo, the cameras are on, we might as well just do this shit, turn the cameras off, like we had a show, and we just did that.
So Cash and I have been friends for a little over 20 years now. Wow. So it was just natural, and him and I are very... We fundamentally, like in spirit and in morals, we agree 100%. But when it comes to like other stuff, we're polar opposites.
Yeah, I noticed that.
So we, you know, the yin.
I noticed in the videos,
you know,
battle.
Yeah, the yin and the yang, the ebony and the ivory. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Well, Cash, you kind of take the devil's advocate. Kind of.
Yeah, that's just me.
Cash is the debunker, and I'm the believer. See, I'm the one that opens up the doorways for us to go in realms we wouldn't go, and Cash is the anchor to keep me from drifting off too far.
Right.
You know, sort of like the Andre and Big Boy relationship in Outkast.
The odd couple.
I'm the handsome one. He's the ugly one. So
that's what his mom told him.
So that's how we started, and it was crazy because our first guest was our second show, and it was Old Dirty Bastard's right hand man, Brooklyn Zoo General Buddha Monk, who wrote a book on Old Dirty Bastard. He was there since the inception of the Wu-Tang Clan and all of that, and I actually met him at the event that all of this happened, and there's other stuff I don't really want to talk about, but like that's just like there was a lot of things that went down that. And
then from that we got connections. We got connections to Wu-Tang Clan, and we got.
That's how we became affiliated to Wu-Tang.
To Wu-Tang DJ Coalition and all that stuff.
Gotcha.
So, any more questions?
Jesus.
we never get asked questions on the show. Nobody ever came to me like, let me ask you guys questions.
Well, here's the thing. Do you like the radio part better, or do you like the video part better, or do you like a mixture of both?
What you mean, like when it comes to like the visual?
Yeah.
Well,
you start on like just.
We're still podcasting. We've had the option. And we
was on the radio too. Actually, funny part about it, we were on the radio early because they were playing some music, and then we changed some stuff around, and we were actually on 88.9. Talking, and that's when Showcast ran in. He was like, "Yo, we're on the radio." Because, but
we're not FCC regulated.
No, we are. Yeah, anybody swear on that radio.
Podcast, but you can't on FM.
Yeah, we can't. So we was on radio. We was on radio earlier. We took it off because we be swearing and cursing and stuff like that.
There's a lot of things you can't say, and also FM radio. There's also regulations of how much time you can talk. That's why talk radio's on AM radio. You don't see talk on FM because there's regulations. So this place where we're at used to be an FM station and used to be a.
There's an FM station right now.
But right in the last couple weeks,
like I mean, like a couple like 2 months ago, like probably like last summer, I think we was on FM and we had a show on FM. We wasn't swearing and we would play stuff, but Rutgers kind of like did away with it put it on hold, and now we came back. You know what I mean? So. But we didn't know we was on the radio. If we would have known we was on the radio, we could have stayed on it, you know. And, not a little bit. But sometimes we was on the radio, and you know, we have guests that call in, and you know, like, yo, you can't swear. Yeah, you know, that fuckers. And there's nothing we can do about it. So you know, it's kind of.
Yeah, so that's it. Was there any other questions?
Jesus, guys. Jesus. I got a question for you at that interview, so I'm not saying nothing.
Okay.
when I have you on TV.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
So you said, and be honest, it's positive and negative because we're really raw on the show. We don't look for
no sugarcoating up in here, honey.
Yeah, we don't look for backpack. Like we've actually had a guest check us on the air for. She's a lesbian and she's a good friend of ours, but she doesn't know us that well, and she took some of our comments because we really just joking. See, the thing is that people don't know that, but me and Cash sometimes come off like oh this and that, making fun of this and that, but like we have like friends of all nationalities, sexual preferences, religions, and I'm not saying that to be political. That's really what it is. But we like to push the norm and push the buttons. So sometimes we'll make comments and someone might think we're like racist or they might think we're homophobic. So I think we came off homophobic to her, and some of her friends had texted her and she was a little upset about it. So she came to the mic, she came to the thing, and she brought it up. And she was surprised by our reaction that we didn't get mad. We actually thanked her because we didn't create this platform for people to believe what we believe. We created this platform for people to come together and speak. So if people have an opposing view to us, we encourage it. We don't shut it down. So I say that to say, like, if you have anything that's not so positive, that perspective that you have on the show, you can share that as well. So you said you watched a few episodes.
Yeah, I did.
And you said you were trying to see what we could drink, which was awesome.
Yeah.
You have to hang out with us.
I'm still waiting on mine, but
as my friend Sterling always said, for these younger generations, you never bring a gift to the house. You always bring a gift to the house wherever you go. And I'm like, yeah, but what if you don't know what to bring?
Yeah.
You know?
So I appreciate that you watched the show.
I never did hip hop. I mean, I've done every other genre, doing drums, but you know, I was in all kinds of bands, jazz, you know, blues.
I've never done hip hop either. We kissed once, but that wasn't.
I never did it. So I really, you know, I had no idea. I'm a white chick. You know? No. Yeah, really. I swear to God. I thought you were well, I'm Sicilian, and they were.
Well, we know about that. Don't say that. You don't get a bunch of people mad now. So with that being said, we're gonna have you ladies. We're gonna have you ladies on again, but we have to come to a point where we have to wrap up soon in a couple of minutes because you know we're on a time basis. We want to have you come back. Is there any like ending pieces as far as like what you do or how to like people to get in touch with you? How to because there are people that are watching that gonna want to know how can they go and see or even go see these episodes. Like people want to know this, so like can you leave the information so people can go and actually look this stuff up?
Well, actual website, we're working on that. It's actually being built. We're working on that at the moment. So everybody has to realize this is promotion for us. We're trying to get people to know we're coming out. Like this is
so we're
be ready. You too. I'm ready. Yes.
We are. You can find us on Facebook. Short Film Showcase. Facebook. Brian answers all the emails, even though it's my picture.
Brian Casey Film.
So hold on. That sounds like a catfish. Your picture, but wait. It's your picture, but a bald white guy answers.
Yep.
That's sketchy.
There's also BC Films. BC Films on Facebook. Also, you can go BC Films.
So that's what we'll do. Down the road, not right away.
Well, you're coming on the 14th.
I'll be on the 14th from the.
Yeah, you guys come.
A little ways after you guys got it up and.
He invited himself, but you know. Guess he's coming to dinner.
We'll have you guys, ladies, come back on the show, and then we'll go back over it again. That's what we'll do. We'll have you ladies come back.
And you know what?
We'd love to have you.
I love music videos, and I'm totally trying to get like at least one show with all music videos. Like, you know.
Would you actually be in a music video?
Would I?
Like.
Yeah. No problem.
I was in a music video with Coochie Rat. His new one he came out that Master DL did for him.
Master DL sounds like a character from the Ninja Turtles. No disrespect, but shout out Master DL.
Yeah, you guys actually played a video that was. I was like, oh man, that would have been great to get on. I should have wrote it down to ask you guys.
Well, now we have this connection.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about
it.
So any last words? So you gotta go. Any last words?
Yeah, no, just when we do, when we know all the information and everything's set up and ready to go, we start filming on the 14th of February.
Yeah,
I'll be there.
I'll be there.
That's Wednesday.
Wednesday.
We'll be recording every other Wednesday.
All right, cool.
Way before that. Yeah.
And on Valentine's Day, that's when you get it.
You saw my face. I was like, way before. So just check us out on Facebook with all the updates for now, and then I promise we'll get more.
If you guys want to find me, I am on Facebook and Instagram as Weida Ortiz, and on Snapchat it's Way Smiles.
With that being said, we'll catch you guys next week. Same bad channel.
Same bad time.
Now they'll be here too, unfortunately.
Start doing the back.
Like a Kobe, yeah. Pull up like a Kobe now. Yeah. Like a Kobe, yeah. In the streets, Kobe now. Ooh, like a Kobe, yeah. Might pull up like a Kobe now. Like a Kobe, yeah. Hey, yeah. Last night I dropped 60 like a Kobe. I'ma run the city like a Kobe. Yeah. I'ma take my shot just like Kobe. Wait, I'ma bring it back just like Kobe. Yeah. You gon' know my name just like Kobe. Cause I'ma change the game just like Kobe. I'm the hood's MVP just like Kobe. See me in the streets, what they do? Call me Kobe. Yeah. I just wrote my brody, that's my brody. Told him we gon' be alright. We got Kobe, yeah, we got it. Yeah. It was a dream. So